What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to bring you my quick one-day review of the Sony A7iv. Now, I've done a few videos on different camera systems. I previously had the Canon R6 and I had the Nikon Z6 II a while back, but this is going to mainly be against those two type of systems. I'm using the Sony A7 IV right now, so I cannot actually show it to you, but I will get that when I get another lens so I can have another option. I will kind of give an idea of that. So I bought this used for about $2,200. And from the first day, setting it up was probably the most difficult part. The Canon and Nikon systems, I think, are a little bit easier when it comes to the actual setup of it. But once you get it set up and you know the menu system, I don't think it's a big deal. But that did take almost a full day for me to go through and just kind of get everything set up. So first I'll talk about the feel of the camera. It's very similar to most of the newer Sony bodies. So it has a larger grip, better weather sealing, so it does have a beefier feel to it than some of the like the A7 III. It's not as well fitted, I think, as the Canon R6. I think that's more of a ergonomically better designed camera. There's tons of buttons on this, which I like and dislike, so I do like being able to customize them, but it can get a little overwhelming with just how much customizability you have with that. Besides that, I think it's similar to the R6 and the Nikon Z6 II. I actually prefer the Nikon Z6 II for the camera feel of it, but for the actual using it and the actual design, it's pretty similar. It just has a little bit more customizability with it, and it's really well engineered for photo and video, so it's a good hybrid. Whereas the Canon R6, I think, was mainly photo first, video second. So the viewfinder and the EVF, you use those a lot, or the viewfinder or the EVF and the little flip out screen there. So it does have a flip out screen, so I can see myself while I'm recording here. The flip out screen is nowhere near the quality of the Canon R6 or the Nikon Z6 II. That's probably the big downgrade, because I do use that rear LCD screen to do most of my photo on. I just find it's easier than the viewfinder, and I'm not even sure my volumes are good here when it comes to that, so you may not be able to hear me that well. I'm still trying out because the amp in this is a little bit different. The viewfinder is the same. I haven't had any issues. It seems the exact same as the Canon R6, but the rear LCD screen still, for $2,500, what this thing costs new, it's still pretty bad. When it comes to performance, battery life, just using it in general tracking, when it comes to the battery life, I'll start with that first. It seems a little bit worse than the Nikon or the Canon R6, but it's still very good. It will charge through the USB-C with any charger you use. So I charged it with my iPhone charger, with my MacBook charger. It'll do it with everything. I don't know if it's safe to do that, but it will charge with just about any USB-C you plug in there, where the Canon R6 would only do it with its specific adapter, so I do like that. Performance, I mainly use for photo, but I use it for video also. I think for video it's a step up from the Canon R6, just because you can use it as a webcam. It has no record limit, and I think it has a little bit more functionality when it comes to the video than the Canon R6 does. Canon R6 can C-Log 3 is great. The Cine tone, I haven't messed with this. This is just straight out of camera. I think 4.2.0 at 50. I don't have a very fast memory card, so I need to get a faster one of that. The tracking, when it comes to tracking people and the autofocus, it's almost identical to the Canon R6. They're very similar in their tracking. The one thing I will mention, and I do have the lens here, this is the only reason that I switched over to the Sony A7 IV. The lens selection and the lens design, I think, are way above the Canon, in that if you're wanting more professional grade lenses that don't cost $2,500 and weigh 6 pounds. So I am currently using the 35mm G Master 1.4, which is tiny compared to I had the 50mm 1.2L, not the same lens design, but it was so big, so large, very expensive, like $2,500, $2,300, where this cost me, I think, $13.99 new, which is a good deal, and you can get all kinds of different lens options out there. And the autofocus on this actual lens is way faster than the Canon 50mm 1.2. Granted, that is moving a whole lot more glass, but I just think the the actual focusing with the lenses is really where this shines. So that's one of the big reasons why I jumped up in that. And they have a lot of budget options. They have their mount open to Canon, to Sigma, or not Canon, Sigma, Tamron. You have all those options. Tokina, it now has some lenses out there also. So that's really the big reason. A few negatives. For one, the menu system. Once you get it set up, it's fine, but it is a big step to have to go through and mess with all that. It does take a little bit of work. The body doesn't feel as weather sealed and as heavy duty. It does feel like I have no doubt that this camera will last me forever. I don't abuse my stuff. And they have like the A1 if you want to get something that's really, really weather sealed. It's probably similar in weather sealing. It just doesn't feel that that heft to it as the Canon R6 did. I don't think Sony support's very good. They outsource all their repairs to I forget what the company is. Precision Camera, I think, does all their repairs, so they outsource all that, so they're not doing it in-house. But I've never had to have any issues with servicing, so cross fingers. I'm not a pro user. I use this a lot for video and mainly photos for around with my family and traveling and things along that lines. That's really it for the negative. That's really the only big negatives. I really got this for the lenses, so I love the idea of cheap budget lenses, high quality autofocus. I don't think the focusing on any of the Canon R lenses is very good, not compared to this. I mean, this is silent, it's fast, it's instantaneously. The Canon 50mm 1.2 had 2 USM motors in it. It was loud, it was noisy. This is just comparing to this 35mm G Master lens. It just was, it was what it is. I don't think they've the nano USM motors in the 70-200 is probably a different ball game, but I just didn't think that the focusing was as good as this. So that's really it. That's my one-day review. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm still learning with it, the menu system mainly. I don't even know if the audio is going to be right on this. It looks like the levels are okay, but actually they may be a little bit low, so I don't know. We'll have to go there. I probably won't mess with doing a whole lot of S-Log. I may do their Cinetone. They're kind of mid S-Log where you don't have to do as much grading on it, mainly because I want to start getting more videos out we have another baby on the way, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to mess with that. So that's it. I'm really happy with it so far. I'm happy that I also got it used. It only had 10 shutter count on it. It's a USA model, came straight from B&H from I forget what forum I bought it off of, but I have been getting stuff there forever, so I got a pretty good deal on it, and I had to buy the G Master. No, I actually did buy this used. I forgot. I think I paid like $1,100 for it, used in like new condition, and it's been working great so far. So if you have any comments, questions, leave them below. I will get more video of the actual camera up when I have something different to shoot on, or I can shoot outside. It's raining right now, so I can't shoot outside with my cell phone. Shooting it inside with my cell phone doesn't really work, so that was out. So that's it. Have a good rest of the day, weekend, whatever is out there, and I'll see you guys next time.